Once we get to be people of a certain age, what is the most important thing? I'm going to argue that is our sense of agency, the capacity to be independent, have range of movement, be well in the head. Yoga is a very good way to keep the body feeling as young as we feel we are. So this class is especially designed for all of us who are 55 plus. I'm about to turn 55, to keep our body feeling good. If you need to do it on a chair, the beginning, that's great. Grab a chair. We'll start easy. If you want to join me by sitting, there's this option too, being on the mat, which is the way to start. So we're going to land on the mat. Sit down here for a moment. Forget anything that came before or will come after. Just taking some time for the body. And we're going to start by lowering the head down and feeling the stretch on the back of the neck. And then inhale, lift the head up, look up and stretch the front of the neck. And come back center. Now we're going to tilt the head to the right and stretch that area, side of the neck. And then come back center and stretch the other side of the neck. Slowly waking the body up. Come back center. Consciously roll your shoulders around 3 times. And then in the other direction, slowly, 3 times. There is no need to rush. And now grab your knees. Let the sternum lead forward and curve the back. And exhale and curve the spine back. And then inhale again, sternum leads. Open the heart, look up. And exhale, curve again. Backwards. And then come back to center. Notice where center is. Now with the palm on your right leg, lift and bring your left arm overhead and stretch the side of the body now. Feel how it stretches. Don't let the back come up. Leave it on the mat. And then lower it. And bring the other arm, the right one this time, overhead. Feel the stretch on the side of the body. Feels lovely. And back down. Now we're going to rotate the torso meditatively around, over the pelvis. So I'm rotating left, back, right, and front while leaving the buttocks quiet as much as possible. That was 3 times, so I come back center. And now we can go to the other side, front, right, back, left, making a big conscious circle of the torso and the waist over the pelvis. 3, and back to center. If you're in a chair, now it's time to come to the mat. We're going to get into the position of all 4s. In this posture, the wrists are at right below the shoulders, and the knees are hip distance apart. So it's good to take that initial posture with care. And now we're going to inhale and arch the back like we did before. And on the exhale, we're going to curve it the other way. And exhale all the air. And slowly come back and arch up. Smiling internally. And on the exhale, curve as if you were a cat that's angry. Feel that huge curve. And then come back to neutral. From here, the tailbone comes to the heels for child pose. And we're going to let any tension that may have come up go. We take 1 cleansing breath. And now we come back to table pose. So extend your right arm out and then bring it back to table. And then extend the left arm front and then bring it back to table. Now we're going to extend the right leg back and keep it there, feeling the glutes and the quadriceps engaging in order to maintain it there. And then bring it back to neutral. And now the left leg extends back, foot is flexed, and bring it back. The next posture is more challenging. We're going to balance by extending the right arm and the left leg. The name of the game here is to breathe with long inhales and long exhales, and engaging all the muscles required here. Return to neutral, and this time the left arm and the right leg will do this, extending. And you want to find your central axis in your body, that line that goes through your middle, and hold on to it for dear life so you can stay balanced. Good, and come back to neutral. And now we're gonna open the knees wider than we did before. And you have an option to put a block under your bat, or if you can go lower, we're going to take child pose with wide legs. And this will start opening the hips. We breathe here, 2 cleansing breaths, feeling the hips, sending them love. Good, now we're going to come back to table pose. And we're going to lift the right leg and bend it. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring that knee close to the nose. And then inhale again and send it up. And arch in the back. And exhale, bringing the knee back to the nose. And we return to table pose, neutral. And now the left leg goes up. Don't mind that airplane. I live near Newark, that's why. And then exhale and bring that knee toward the nose. And work within your body. Wherever it can go to, that's great. And then bring it back to the knee, to the nose, and then back to table pose. Very good. We're gonna now rotate the hips in a circle over the knees. We're trying to eliminate the fear of moving on the knees. So make sure you're not on a rough surface. Always have a yoga mat. And then we rotate the other way, loosening the hips. And one more round. And then return to neutral. Now we're going to put the balls of the feet on the mat and push the knees up with the tailbone up for downward dog. And in downward dog, we're going to walk the dog. I'll give you a few pointers so that you can get the most benefits. Again, the arms are shoulder distance apart and the legs are hip distance apart. So are the feet, which are parallel. Root of the index fingers planted on the mat. Stomach in, opening the chest. Shoulders away from the ears, face relaxed. Jaws relaxed. Good. And now we're walking the dog. Feeling this first one of the day. No tension in the neck, no tension in the face. Let all of the muscles in the face go. And now we're going to walk the right foot meditatively and slowly front, in between your palms. And from here, we're going to lower the left knee and relax that foot. So we can have an action in which we're going to move forward with the knee and then back and stretch the right leg and come over the left. And then again, we go forward and stretch the hip. And we breathe here. And then we come back up until where we can. Option to go all the way down or stay higher. Whatever works for your body today. Let's do it one more time, and this time, as we stretch the hip and we gain our bearings in this posture, we're going to take 2 deep breaths to let the body have an opportunity to open. And we come back one more time, this posture now, and return to center. And now with the knee at 90 degrees, we're going to open our arm to the right and feel this twist, staying here. Breathing with long inhales and long exhales. Next exhale, bring that palm back. Bring your leg back to table and go onto child pose. We take a few cleansing breaths here. Any tension dissolves. And now we come back to table pose. Push to down dog. Tailbone up, walking the dog. Feel the skin of the back of the legs stretching, which is a lovely metaphor for feeling how the heels can go toward the mat and produce this very deep stretch of the legs. And now we're going to walk the left foot front in between the palms and relax that right knee onto the mat. And we're going to go forward over that left knee and then back, stretching the left leg and flexing the foot. And then back, leaning forward. And then all the way back, stretching the leg, stretching the foot. And on this last time, we come forward and we're going to stay here to feel the stretch of the hip. Few breaths. And then we come back. And few breaths. And back to the front. And this time we're going to open to the left side, feeling that lovely twist, breathing it and enjoying it. And now we put the palms back down, bring that leg back to table pose and go onto child pose. Feel what happened and how the body is reacting. From here, we come back to down dog. So passing through table, we return to down dog. And we're going to bring that left foot in between the palms, but the left leg, which is behind me, is still extended. And I'm going to put my elbow over the right knee. Don't put the weight on it, just maintain the strength of the legs. The left foot is slightly turned in, not like this because that brings no balance, so it has to be slightly turned in. and the front foot is facing forward. So I'm gonna open and send that left arm overhead and look at it. Long inhale, long exhale, and then in an inhale I'm gonna come up, bring that left arm back, and then the right arm lifts. And again, I'm gonna come down, elbow over that right knee, and stretch the left arm overhead, and taking a breath here. And then back, left palm to left leg, and the right arm stretches up. And now we're going to cartwheel that arm and come down, put the arms and palms on the mat, and bring that leg back to down dog. We're going to take a cleansing breath here in downward facing dog with a long inhale and a long exhale. And now carefully and consciously I'm going to bring the left leg foot forward between the palms and rotate the back foot so that it's turned in, and then come up, put the elbow over the left knee, and then the right arm comes overhead and stretches, and then that arm will come back to the back leg and the front arm stretches overhead. And again, the front arm goes back to the knee and the other one stretches overhead. And that arm comes back and the one in front stretches overhead. And we come back and we cartwheel the arms back to the mat and slowly bring that foot back to down dog. Great job there. Notice the difference from the prior down dogs and how this one is feeling now. Now from here, just put your legs on the floor and sit down and transition onto laying down on the mat. And on this one, I'm going to dare you. So we're going to lift the legs up first. So just from plain laying down, the legs are up. And we're going to move the feet from flex to the ball of the foot to point. So see if you can follow me here. Flex, so the heel is going toward the ceiling, to the ball of the foot, and then point the foot, and then relax. Ready? Flex to the ball of the foot, to the full point, relax. And now flex to the ball, to the full point, relax. Flex to the ball, to the full point, relax. And now we're gonna rotate them outwardly. 2, 3, they're gonna burn those heels, but also they're going to be very ready so that we don't slip or fall or anything bad like that. I think we're at 7, 8, 9, 10, and yes, you guessed it, now we're going the other way, so the heels will feel it. 3, 4, this is health insurance in a way. 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring the feet back, knowing that you work them pretty hard there. And now the knees are bent, feet parallel, don't let the knees open. And we're gonna put both palms on the mat facing down and bring the tailbone up and breathe here. Long inhale, long exhale. And then slowly lower the back as if you were trying to put vertebra by vertebra on the mat. all the way to the coccyx until the whole back is down. And now from the coccyx, start bringing it up again, pelvis up, thoracic spine up. We breathe here. And vertebra by vertebra, we bring it back down again, all the way down, whole spine on the floor. One last time from the coccyx, then the sacrum, thoracic spine, everything goes up, pelvis up. And this time, interlace the fingers under your back and roll the shoulders under to see if you can get a little bit more of a lift. Engage the quadriceps. Don't let the knees open. And breathe here. 2 more breaths. Long inhale, long exhale. And then release the fingers and come back down and hug your knees. We're going to rotate those knees around, and this will be massaging your sacrum, which is that thin bone in the lower back, behind which we have the nerve endings of all the nerves of the spine. No wonder it feels this good. And then the other side, rotating it over like that. Good job. And then we're going to rotate up and down. Come to seated. And with knees bent, we're going to pour ourselves down for a forward bend. Feet are flexed. And start stretching the legs. You have an option to stretch them a little more, depending on what your body is telling you to do today. As much of a forward bend as you can. But if there is pain, you have to stop, because pain means it's not yoga. We're looking for discomfort, for that edge, the sweet spot, but never pain. Long inhale, long exhale here. And then we're going to return slowly. Taking our time, no rush. I invite you to lay in Savasana and rest after this short but powerful class. Let me know what you think of the class. I would love to hear. Write me in the comments. Remember to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next class. I'm going to Savasana now.